Okay, so we are in our March energy healing session with emotion code. We're doing our emotional releasing now. And so I invite those of you that are watching the recording to just relax, sit back, receive, and allow yourself to release. Try to be as relaxed as possible. Try not to fall asleep. And this process will take maybe 20 minutes. And in the meantime, just relax and enjoy. You will hear me. I'm going to be saying the process out loud just for your edification so you know what I'm doing. If you do feel like you want to turn the volume down during that process, you can definitely do that as well. Okay, and I'm going to stand and you'll be able to see the process. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tune into the energy of the group. This is for everyone who's here present today and also for everyone who's watching the recording. Thank you for allowing me to connect to your energy. I'm also asking for permission to release these trapped emotions for the entire group. And I also invite the presence of our guides, angels, those beings of love and light that love us unconditionally, to help us to process this release of emotions that no longer serve us, emotions that our bodies are ready to let go of, and to allow love and light and peace and gratitude and acceptance and surrender to come in and fill those voids. Okay, and so the first question is, do we have a trapped emotion that we can release now? Is the trapped emotion that we can release now in column A? Is the trapped emotion that we can release now in an odd row? Is the trapped emotion we can release now in row 2? Is the trapped emotion we can release now in row 4? Is the trapped emotion we can release now in row 6? Is the trapped emotion we're releasing now number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? Is it number 5? And can we release trapped emotion A2 number 5 now? Okay. Releasing trapped emotion A2 number 5. Replacing it with infinite love, with gratitude and appreciation for this process. And did we release A2 number 5 now? Is A2 number 5 a heart wall? And can we release the heart wall A2 number 5 now? Releasing this heart wall trapped emotion. Replacing it with infinite love through all time, space, and all dimensions. And did we release heart wall A2 number 5 now? Is there another trapped emotion that this group can release now? Is the trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is the trapped emotion in row 2? Is the trapped emotion number 1? Is it number 2? And can we release trapped emotion number 2 now? We're releasing trapped emotion number 2, replacing it with infinite love, with gratitude and appreciation for this process. Did we release trapped emotion number 2 now? Is there another trapped emotion that this group can release tonight? Is there an inherited trapped emotion? Is the inherited trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is the trapped emotion in row 2? Is the inherited trapped emotion number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? And is it number 5? Can we release the inherited trapped emotion number 1 now? Releasing an inherited trapped emotion for this group through all time, space, dimension, and through all generations. And we're replacing this inherited trapped emotion with infinite love, with gratitude and appreciation for this process. And did we release the inherited trapped emotion number 1 now? Yes, we did. Is there another inherited trapped emotion that this group can release now? Is the inherited trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is the inherited trapped emotion in row 1? And is the inherited trapped emotion number 1? And can we release this inherited trapped emotion now? Is the inherited trapped emotion a heart wall? And can we release the heart wall, inherited heart wall trapped emotion now? And we're releasing this inherited heart wall trapped emotion through all time, space, and through all dimensions, and through all generations, and replacing it with infinite self-love, with gratitude and appreciation for this process. And did we release the inherited heart wall trapped emotion number 1 now? And is there another inherited trapped emotion that we can release now? Is the inherited trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is it in row 2? Is the inherited trapped emotion number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? Is it number 5? And can we release the inherited trapped emotion number 4 now? Releasing this inherited trapped emotion for the group through all time, space, dimension, through all generations, replacing it with infinite love, gratitude, and appreciation for this process. Talk about releasing. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach rumbling. And did we release this inherited trapped emotion now? Is this inherited trapped emotion a heart wall? Is there more we need to know to release this inherited trapped emotion now? Is this inherited trapped emotion a resonance? And can we release the resonance now? And we're releasing this resonance, replacing it with infinite love, gratitude, and appreciation for this process. Did we release the resonance of B2 number 4 now? And did we release the inherited trapped emotion B2 number 4 now? Is there another inherited trapped emotion that we can release for the group now? Is the inherited trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is it in row 1? Is it in row 3? Is the inherited trapped emotion in row 5? Is the inherited trapped emotion we can release now number 1? Is it number 2? And can we release this inherited trapped emotion now? We're releasing this inherited trapped emotion, and we're replacing it with infinite love through all time, space, and dimension, through all generations. With gratitude and appreciation for this process. And did we release this trapped emotion now? Are there any more inherited trapped emotions that we can release for the group now? Is the inherited trapped emotion in column A? And is it in an odd row? Is it in row 2? Is it in row 4? Is it in row 6? And is this inherited trapped emotion number 1? And can we release trapped emotion number 1 now? And we are collectively releasing this inherited trapped emotion through all time, space, dimension, through all generations, replacing it with infinite love, gratitude, and appreciation for this process. And did we release this trapped emotion now? Are there any more inherited trapped emotions we can release as the group now? Are there any heart wall trapped emotions we can release as a group now? Is the heart wall trapped emotion in column A? Is it in an odd row? Is the heart wall trapped emotion in row 1? Is it in row 3? Is it in row 5? Is the heart wall trapped emotion we can release now number 1? And can we release this heart wall trapped emotion now? You guys are doing good. We're getting through quite a bit of energy here. And we're releasing this heart wall trapped emotion, replacing it with infinite love, gratitude, appreciation for this process. Allow yourself to release. And did we release this heart wall trapped emotion now? Are there any additional trapped emotions that we can release for this group tonight? Are there any more heart wall trapped emotions that we can release for this group tonight? Are we complete? Okay. Excellent job, everyone. So I'm going to give you guys just a minute to process and come back if you were super relaxed during that process. I'm going to take a couple sips of water here. I really had the bubble guts tonight on this one. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go through everything that we released. There were 8 trapped emotions that we released as a group tonight, and this is for those of you that are here live and also for everyone who's watching this on the recording. If you're guided to watch this recording, then these emotions were for you as well. I'm using the emotion code app on my phone. There you go, you can see that. And it's a free app you can download, and it's pretty cool. It does give you it gives you the whole chart, and it also gives you in descriptions of what all the emotions mean. So if you have questions about that, it's all on here. So we were really releasing a lot of inherited trapped emotions this time, which is really interesting. It's sort of a deep level of healing because obviously it's super unconscious, things that we were born with and that our family probably has carried maybe for multiple generations. If you're familiar with the study of epigenetics, it talks about that. Bruce Lipton, if you guys are familiar with him, he talks a lot about this and how, energy is passed on in our genes. And that's way more responsible for the things that happen in terms of conditions, health conditions that get passed on. It's really more of a energy thing than an actual physical mechanism that happens in the gene expression. So it's pretty interesting when you look at it from that standpoint. So we're doing a lot to clear not just ourselves, but our children, our parents. This has really major impact. So it's pretty cool. So the first one that came up for us as the group today was A2 number 5. So A2 number 5 is worry. This was a heart wall. A heart wall is sort of like a callus of energy that forms around the heart. The heart is, one of our most delicate organs. Obviously, we know that, heart disease is a thing. And so when we're in stressful situations, then there's this energy that gets kind of placed over the heart to protect it. The body will just take that energy and build a wall, basically. And this wall gets layered and layered and layered over time. And so that's what the heart wall is. It's like a callus. And so we can remove these layer by layer to help to heal that and have more energy that can flow through out of the heart space to our environment, to other people, and also that we can receive through the energy that comes into the heart as well. So worry is dwelling on difficulty or troubles, unease or anxiety about a situation or a person, extreme concern over potential problems, concern about a loved one, impossible distress, all of these things we know how much worry we have in our world right now. So this is something that I think is really important for us to release generationally. But this was a heart wall tonight. Okay, the next one that came up was A2 number 2, and that's despair, a complete loss of hope, misery, difficult or unable to be helped or comforted. So that one was not a heart wall or inherited. That was sort of just within the collective group. And again, I think it's no wonder that we're having these with things that we've been going through for the last year in our world. The next one was A2 number 1. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in this category. Anxiety, a generalized feeling of uneasiness and foreboding, a fear of the unknown, fear without subject. That one was inherited. So we're all carrying around a lot of anxiety these days, and we are doing our part to help to release that. So thank you, kudos to you guys for being here to help the collective energy to clear this collective anxiety. Just so you know, row 2 is the spleen or the stomach. So if you have stomach issues, we cleared a lot. No wonder my stomach is making a lot of noise tonight. So this is where these emotions can originate or can be lodged also in the stomach, okay, and the spleen. Okay, the next one that came up was A1, number 1, that's abandonment. So this can be physical abandonment, feeling left alone, left behind or deserted, emotional abandonment, feeling given up on, withdrawn from, emotionally deserted or separated from, feeling of left behind in a non-physical form. So this energy of abandonment, I think, is a really huge one for everyone. And this was an inherited heart wall. So once again, pretty heavy duty, deep unconscious energy that we're able to be clearing. And so I invite you guys to really pay attention to what you notice around these particular ones that are sort of really deep and unconscious that are being released. Okay, the next one was B2, number 4. So B2, B2. So we're back in the spleen or stomach. And number 4, lack of control. And this one was an inherited resonance. So resonance is a little bit different. It's like when you ring a bell and the bell keeps vibrating, it never stops vibrating, or like a tuning fork. A resonance is something like that. It's something that happens that just is sort of like always sort of vibrating, resonating, and it can resonate. And when you move into that energy, it triggers that resonance within you. So for example, when someone's tuning a piano and they strike the tuning fork, that's how they can tell that the piano is out of tune, right? It's the resonance of that sound wave that they're being able to, to tell when that is out of tune. I don't know, something like that, right? Don't get me lying about that, but I think that's how that works. All right, so we were on B2 number 4. B2 number 4, lack of control, lacking restraint or direction, unable to regulate or command, a feeling that something or someone else determines your course. So that is one that we were able to clear tonight. And I think that's a big one. I know that was a big one for me today. All right, B5 number 2 is the next one. B5 number 2 is creative insecurity. This is inherited also. So feeling unsafe or untrusting the self about the creation or development of anything, relationships, family, health, money, career or artistic endeavors, a feeling of insecurity that arises and blocks the creative process. So this is one I've been noticing in a lot of people lately when I'm talking to people about what they're doing with their lives. And I hear a lot of people saying that they don't feel like they're in the right job, or they don't feel like they're doing the right thing, and they have some other creative endeavor that they'd rather be doing. I think this is kind of that creative insecurity is kind of the stemming underlying energy there. So we were able to release that one. That was inherited. And then A6 number 1. So going back, B5, row 5 is the kidneys or the bladder. So that's where those emotions can be coming from and also lodged. A6 is the glands and sexual organs, and A6 number 1, humiliation. Humiliation is inherited that we release tonight, and that's a painful loss of pride, dignity, or self-respect, to feel mortified or embarrassed. So we release that. And then the last one, we went back to B5, back into the kidneys or bladder column, and that one was number 1, and that's conflict. And that one was a heart wall. That last one that we released was a heart wall. And so conflict, it can be internal conflict, mental and emotional conflict, struggle within the self arising from opposing demands or impulses, feeling conflicted about whether or not to do something or go somewhere, or those kind of things. And external conflict is to fight or to disagree or be disagreeable, to struggle or battle against, to antagonize, having prolonged strife or struggle. And so that's what that one was about. And once again, I can really relate to that one after some things that happened today. So these were all, really, really powerful emotions that we were able to release as a group. And when we do these group releasings, guys, believe it or not, it helps everyone. We're impacting so many other people in our own lives, people that we don't know, with this energetic releasing. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for being willing to participate, and also to help to release these things out of your own body field so that you can go forward and be the best version of yourself that you are meant to be. So I'm going to stop the recording here. And then if there are any questions or comments or anything that you guys want to share about your experience, please feel free to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you all for being here on the recording, and we will see you next time.